Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa to Juventus. I'm not fooling you, I am not dreaming, I'm not doing any clickbait. There is a possibility and I will tell you how in a second. We'll also speak about a big update about in and out names and then finishing with Thiago Motta. What kind of coach is not said by Beppe or by expert journalists, but said by a player that has been coached by him. So it will be an interesting video. I'm sure you will love that video with super interesting news. But first I need to give an announcement, a huge one, and also some thank word, super important. Of course, if you want to skip, there will be a timestamp. You can immediately jump towards the actuality of Juventus. Otherwise, I would be really grateful if you stay there for a few minutes to hear what I want to say. Guys, you made it. You guys, you made it. Every single one of you, you made it. I start with a stadium, La Rosaleda Stadium, that is based in Malaga, in Spain. Well, guys, if we decide now with the community of GJustjuve to regroup and to make a trip to Malaga, which is a fantastic city, by the way, in Spain, and we want to go into that stadium with the community of GJustjuve, we can fill that stadium because it's a capacity of 30,000 spots. And here on the channel, since yesterday, we've hit 30,000 Juventini of the world. We actually did even better because since yesterday, 30,058 Juventini are on this channel. Thank you. What can I say? Thank you. Of course, it's just a number for a lot of people. What is the difference between 29,950 and 30,000 or 30,050? What's the difference? Well, guys, I can reassure you that every single one of you that are contributing or that giving me the trust to click on that button to subscribe, I'm so grateful for that because it makes a world of difference. It is a virtual world. I'm speaking in front of the camera. I don't see your eyes, your face, your reaction. So feeling these things or seeing these things is the best possible reward ever. Thank you for the trust. Really appreciate it. We started on the 13th of May with a dream, a challenge. Honestly, it was not a joke, but I didn't believe it was possible because at that moment, on the 13th of May, so a bit more than 15 days ago, we had 29,427. We were missing 573 Juventini. We even did better. We even found more than 600 to subscribe on that channel. This is just epic and fantastic. You made it. You made the impossible real. And that gives me also hope that nothing is impossible on this channel. We can do it together. Juventini, we can do crazy things. And then also, of course, let's not lie about it. If for me and for you that number is not that much important, for the outside world, for the people that are watching from outside, the numbers are having an importance. I show you another stadium. This is the stadium of Standard de Liège in Sclessin in Belgium. Also there, full capacity of 30,000 people. No, I will not bring you there. That's not what I want to announce to you. But I will be there on Sunday in 2 days. And I will watch the Circus Cup between two legend teams. On one side, the team of Edgar Davids, you know it, legend of Juventus. There will be important players next to him. There will be Wesley Sneijder, Morientes, Dida, Clichy, Zaccardo, Stam, Van Buiten, Fellaini, etc., etc. And on the other side, there will be the team of Alex Del Piero, my idol, my icon, the one that I had never the opportunity to watch playing football. I will have that opportunity next to him. Thiago, also him, ex-Juve player, Saviola, Cissé, Simao, Diego Lopez, Ipier, Miranda, etc., etc. But you know what is fantastic? You know what's the announcement? That I have been invited as well as a kind of journalist backstage. I will have access to the mixed zone in post-game where I will be able to interview some players. I am not sure yet if I will be and have the opportunity to speak directly front, one-on-one, eyes to eyes with my idol, Alessandro Del Piero, but the possibility is there. I will make a vlog about it, so put that notification ring on because you don't want to miss that one. But you made it real, and that's why I want to say thank you. You made it real. The numbers that are persons, real persons, you guys made it real, so thank you for that. You can't imagine. Now, I try, because I'm superstitious, to be always cautious, because until it happened, I don't know. But if it happens, guys, I believe I will cry. I believe I will sincerely cry. Let's start now to speak about the actuality of Juve. Douglas Luiz, is it possible or not? Beppe, what are you speaking about? Well, there is a possibility. Reported by Gazzetta dello Sport this morning, Douglas Luiz maxi deal. There is a possibility for some swap between Juventus and Aston Villa to bring the Brazilian player to Juventus. What are the names? We'll come back. First of all, let me say that I love the player. I sincerely love the player. Fantastic player, complete player, 26 years old, so he's there at the peak of his career. This season in Premier League, 35 games, 9 goals, 5 assists. In total, I believe, all competition, 10 goals. He can play in that middle of the field. Physical, technique, can score, know how to enter the spaces. It's a player, I tell you, sincerely, super complete player. Value of 70 million euro if you're looking at transfer market. Is that a possibility for Juventus? Absolutely not. But there is a possibility. Why am I starting to believe that it can happen? Not that it will happen, but can happen. Because at Aston Villa, you have a sporting director that is Monchi. Monchi that knows Serie A extremely well because he was sporting director of Roma a few years ago. Well, he understands that Douglas Luiz wants to leave. After 5 seasons coming from Manchester City, after 5 seasons with the Aston Villa team, he wants to leave. He has a contract until 2026. He wants to cash in now because now it's the moment. He knows that Juventus doesn't have the liquidity to put all that money on the table. There is a value of 40 million euro for the Brazilian player, where Juventus has been contacted by Monchi. So it's not even Juventus that goes there, but it's Monchi that contacted them, say, we are interested, and it's not the first time, about a few players that you have. Weston McKennie, which is on the transfer market because at the moment Juventus didn't find a deal to extend the contract of Weston, could go again in Premier League after the flop at Leeds, can be a possibility, but it's not over because Monchi, Aston Villa are extremely interested in a player from Juventus, that is Matthias Solé. They will lose Zaniolo because he will go back from loan. They will not extend him or they will not officialize him. And they are thinking, dreaming about Matthias Solé. A Weston McKennie that is at the moment in the books of Juventus worth 5 million euro. If we sell Weston McKennie or if we put him in a deal, everything that is going on top of the 5 million is profit for Juventus. Let's say last year of contract of Weston, you are able to put him in a deal for 15, 20 million euro. Juventus is doing a beautiful profit. If we are speaking about Solé, well, he is on the books of Juventus still worth 1 million euro. He has a value between 30, 35. Some people are even saying 40 million euro. Well, you can dream about the Douglas Luiz that again wants to leave. Then you have also an Aston Villa that will play Champions League. They want to do well in Premier League next season as well. They don't want to reinforce Premier League team like an Arsenal that is on the player. So guys, there are a lot of things there. And if you want even more evidences, well, Juventus at the moment, they refused to send Solé to the friendlies to prepare Olympic Games with Argentina. Not the first team of Argentina national team, but the youngsters. They refuse to send him. They will speak together. What do we smell here? What do we know here? They are scared that the player is going, playing, injuring himself, and then it will be out of the transfer market session. So Solé on the market, if we know the latest news said by Gaston Edul, we can know that Juventus really put the player on the market. Will it be to go to Premier League, which Matthias one day said, I dream to go and play in a Premier League, also playing Champions League because they qualified. Guys, there are a lot of things, touching points that we are saying, why not? Again, I am not promising you will be a tough one, but if yesterday I told you Koopmeiners, I love Koopmeiners, he's a fantastic player, but the requests of Atalanta are expensive, are really high, and I don't see at the moment possible to go for a player like that, because you cash a lot out and you will not be able to build the team in the position that we need. Well, a deal a la Douglas Luiz, if real, if possible, you can save a lot of money. You can save a lot of money. You can keep that money for other position and having a fantastic, complete player. Of course, he's Brazilian. Weston McKennie is from USA, so they need to leave. Weston needs to leave to make space for an extra European player. Juventus is thinking, and now we go towards that in and out Mercato, of course, about Yildiz. Yildiz, I tell you, I hate the word player that is center of a project, but it's a player that they really want to push. They want to make him the image, one of the images of the club. We talked so many times about the possibility to have the number 10, that marketing side, but it's a player that 10 or not 10 will have much more minutes next year. It's a player that is absolutely untouchable. If you need to talk about who is untouchable today at Juventus, Beppe, even if a big, huge offer arrives, 70 million euros, 75, 80, well, Kenan Yildiz is untouchable. Untouchable. Sule is in the window of that transfer market. And then for Chiesa. Chiesa, we need to wait. Every single day, I tell you, at the moment, I can't promise you that he will stay. I can't promise you that he will leave. I don't know. We need to wait. There is a huge, big interest by Napoli of Antonio Conte that should be presented officially or on Monday or on Tuesday. He loves the player. Now, of course, for me, it's difficult to believe that Chiesa will go towards a club that is not playing any European competition after that European competition has been taken away from Juventus last season. Difficult for me to see Chicco Chiesa going there to Napoli, but you never know. You really never know, because Juventus and Napoli, according to some rumors like Repubblica, they're saying Juventus is even thinking about a maxi deal, not only with Aston Villa, but also with Napoli. Danilo Capitano and Chiesa towards Napoli, where Raspadori and Di Lorenzo going to Juve. I don't know if it's BS. I don't know if it's true, it's not true, what the percentage of truth of that news. I just can tell you that the news that I'm reading here are confirming what I was telling you months ago. The Mercato, if we qualify to Champions League, and we did, will be crazy. But seriously, crazy. I'm sure and convinced even more now that we will have another 24-25 Juventus than the one that we had in 23-24. Another one with other face. But I'm also sure that a lot of you will be heartbroken, that probably at the end of this Mercato, people will say, we don't like all the names that left Juventus. We don't like the names that joined Juventus. We are skeptical. We are not sure about what Juventus did. But according to me, Juventus is going towards, we don't want that much names, but we want a team that can find harmony, that has much more logic for the coach that we will sign. That is Thiago Motta, a coach made for him. A coach that have a team at disposal that will not have that paradox of great with a 3-man up front but problem in the middle, great in the middle but problem in the defense, no fullback so we can't play with a 4-3-3 for example, but a team that has a harmony, a logic and also sense. And that's what I believe that Juventus will do. If Chiesa really leaves, you go with Raspadori maybe on the left, maybe not. There is another name that, yes, they gave a huge big assist to Juventus, which would be one of my dreams on top of Douglas Luiz. It is Zegrova. Zegrova from Lille, Kosovo player, fantastic player as well. Look, Calafiori, Di Gregorio, players that I want. Players that I really want. Zirkzee, nice name. Difficult. The agent is asking 20 million euros. There is a clause of 40 and he wants 20 million euro on top. Forget about it. But Zegrova, player that can play on that right side, offensive winger in a 4-3-3, is ideal. And yesterday he said, look, I believe I gave everything for Lille, everything I had, but it's now the time for me to leave for a bigger club. So he has ambition, he wants to leave. He already announced that he's leaving. Where will he go? I don't know. Guys, if Juventus can go there, apparently you're speaking about a value of the player, a request of leave of 15 million euro. Zegrova, Douglas Luiz, Di Gregorio, Calafiori. Guys, we start speaking about a team that makes a lot of sense. Even if you add a Di Lorenzo there, playing with 4 in the back. Guys, I don't know if it will happen or not. Pay attention. Who is leaving Juve? Well, I already told you a few names. A Szczesny. There is a possibility that Szczesny leaves. There is a big possibility. At least this is what Juventus is planning because they want to save on that salary, because I already told you Di Gregorio is not coming to stay on the bench. Di Gregorio is coming to play. One that will stay. Dusan Vlahovic, gobbo vero, a real gobbo, a real Juventino. Yesterday he spoke, beautiful words. Coppa Italia has been magical. You see how much they cared for that trophy, especially Dusan, because it's his real first trophy that he wins. He will always carry it here in his heart. He can't wait for the Champions League. The Champions champions. The champions. I can't wait for the champions. The champions will be magical. Yesterday, guys, wait for it. Yesterday on Juventus, I said, according to me, the feeling, without even knowing the names of the Mercato, I believe that Juventus in Europe next season will do really well. Really well. We will have some fun. He said, I want to continue to win with this team. With these special teammates. Champions, I can't wait. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Here, Dusan gave me a lot of energy, a lot of boost, a lot of will to start the season 24-25. We continue with another one that could possibly stay, even if a few weeks ago we were thinking more that he would leave than he would stay. It is Adrien Rabiot. Look at Gazzetta dello Sport. Juve. There is a relaunch, another offer, or we continue with discussion for Adrien Rabiot. Triennale, 3-year of contract offered, and pay attention for Douglas Luiz. We already spoke about Douglas Luiz. Keeping Adrien Rabiot, you like him or you don't like him, I don't care. It's vital and crucial for Juventus Football Club. For what reason? Because keeping a player like Adrien Rabiot, you keep your money. Otherwise, you need to invest not only for Douglas Luiz, you will need to go for a lot of players where probably you don't have the money. Keeping Adrien is essential. Fundamental, Thiago Motta, he knows about it. Giuntoli knows about it. Adrien Rabiot wants to stay. There is a possibility for a 2-year of contract until 2026 with a possible extension possibility until 2027. The parts are going closer and closer and closer. One thing that we can say here is that the decision of the Frenchman will be imminent, because I already told you they want to have a decision before the start of Euro 24, which is crucial also for Juventus to understand what they need to do and what steps they need to continue to follow. La tesi di Motta, the thesis of Motta. Corriere dello Sport, they analyzed the thesis when Thiago Motta became officially a coach, when he had that diploma, and they went a bit, according to me, a bit exaggerated. 4 models for Motta: Ancelotti, José Mourinho, that will go to Fenerbahce, by the way, Jurgen Klopp, and Gasperini. I know that a lot of you wanted Ancelotti at Juventus one day to finish the job that he actually started so many years ago in the years 2000, and also because it's a Champions League serial winners. A lot of you wanted José Mourinho for the appeal, for the charisma that he has. A lot of Jurgen Klopp, that grinta, also him, a winner. Liverpool, Dortmund. Gasperini, for the way that he's actually building the youth, the kids project, letting his team play probably the most beautiful, entertaining football of Italian club. Well, apparently, according to Corriere dello Sport, Thiago Motta is all of them here. Now pay attention. I believe, you know, with Corriere dello Sport is not a Juve paper, but it has always been an Allegri in paper. Zazzaroni, the director, has really fantastic link and relationship with Max. They always defended Max even when at certain moment it was not possible. They always pushed that news of Thiago Motta. I believe yesterday or 2 days ago, 2 days ago they said Thiago Motta never at Juventus. It is impossible. Giuntoli told me he will not come. Yesterday they said he wants 5 million, while we are all going towards the 3.54 million. So he alza la posta. You remember, he increased his salary request. Great. Today they go with the best coach of the world. Why? I believe they are putting a bit pressure on Thiago Motta. Too much pressure on Thiago Motta. Do they want him to fail? Pay attention for your expectation, guys. Don't be influenced for these kind of things. Thiago Motta will need some time. We will need to be here behind him to support him, even if there will be a draw. Because don't forget, Juventus, that you criticize so much, they did 46 points in the first round of Serie A next season. That was incredible in terms of points gained, in terms of position, fighting for that Scudetto until 27th of January against Inter. Thiago Motta, he knows it. He will have a lot of pressure. And if we start saying Gasperini, Mourinho, Ancelotti, all of these coaches inside of the body of Thiago Motta, pay attention. Calma, calma, calma. Now, there is Simone Bastoni that has been coached by him at Lo Spezia. He spoke about him really well in a fantastic article that spoke about football, really football in Tuttosport, saying intensity, technique, courage, having the balls, I will explain you everything Thiago Motta. Guys, I tell you, I read the article, really beautiful, really in detail, saying the first mission of the team is recuperating the ball. We do it here on top, super high on the field. Then, depending on the team, we can also go a bit lower, but still with that intention of recuperating the ball, because the idea of football of Thiago Motta is having that ball, is having intensity, technique, filling in the spaces. And what he said was fantastic. He said, look, he came to Lo Spezia, he had already that idea of football. At Bologna, he even continued to improve. And there is one thing that I really loved and adored reading was, if in the past at Lo Spezia, a lot of times we were preparing a game, we were watching the other ones and reacting also to the other teams, at Bologna he became a coach that is not adapting only anymore to the other ones. He's also adapting in the game, but before the game, he creates an identity. It's the people that are studying how that Bologna was playing to adapt to Bologna. And that's what we were asking for Juventus since so long. A Juventus with an identity. I'm not speaking about DNA, etc., but that we know which Juventus we have, that we know what style of football that we are playing. And this is Thiago Motta, my friends. Guys, super. We will go. We have time until the announcement to speak about Thiago Motta, to go into detail. I finish with the last news. That is a really beautiful news. Is Federico Gatti, because of Acerbi having a small problem, he has been pre-alarmed, pre-noticed by Spalletti to say, Federico, be ready because you possibly could be called up. I don't know if he will make it to Euro 2024, but at least entering and integrating the first 30 that I believe will regroup today, or if not tomorrow. Guys, that was it for me for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, for the people that didn't watch it in that part, thank you for 30,000, 58, 59, 60 probably now as we speak. We continue. We don't stop because we have much more to join and to reach. We do it all together. Grazie, forza, Juve.